This is why nations fail. I'm here to explain to you what the idea is behind the Nobel Prize in Economics that was won last year by Darren Acemoglu and James Robinson. They won it for their work in institutional economics. They wrote a book, Why Nations Fail. It's a great book and it dives into the key question in economics. Why are some nations rich and others are poor? They say that the institutions of the country are what matters most, not the culture, not the geography. No, it's the political and economic institutions. One, is there a democracy? Can people vote freely? Is there not a dictatorship? Two, are the economic rules set up liberally? Are you allowed to start a company? Is there not too much regulation? According to them, these are the two most important things. They say that a lot of companies have bad institutions, political institutions, because of what things that happened many years in the past. They show that, for example, places in Africa where colonizers from Europe came with a lot of mosquitoes are worse off now than places with less mosquitoes. You're saying why? That's a bit weird of a correlation, right? Is it because of the mosquitoes? No, not necessarily. Of course, the mosquitoes also have an impact. This is because in places with a lot of mosquitoes, the colonizers didn't want to live. They didn't want to settle. So what they did, they just wanted to extract the resources from there. So they set up political institutions that were not based on democracy, that were not based on economic freedom, that were just based on extracting as much resources from the colonized country as possible. In other countries, the colonizers decided to settle, and there they set up more democratic institutions, more economic freedom. And according to Darren Acemoglu and James Robinson, these countries are doing better still today from what happened hundreds of years ago. And they say you can make these kind of connections for all countries across the world. And they did some econometric research to show that the causality runs the correct way. Whether you agree with it or not, it was a super interesting idea, and that's why they won the Nobel Prize. So the more you know.